If you're an Amazon seller that wants to get a ton of Amazon reviews by using an insert to drive traffic to a messenger bot so that you can give away a free item, then you're going to want to keep watching this video because Troy and I are going to show you a really awesome messenger bot template. It's a Manychat template, and this whole strategy is basically brought to you by Seller.tools. They figured out this way to do order verification so that you can basically drive someone from your insert into a chat bot, get that order verified, then give them a free item, and then get a bunch of Amazon reviews in the process. So let's go ahead and jump into this template run through and breakdown, starting with introducing you to Troy. What's up, Troy?
Hey Ian, glad to be here. Excited to share this strategy. This is super effective for getting a ton of Amazon reviews. Of course, in the spirit of what we do, it's going to be all automated, and we are going to give away all of this stuff for free. So excited to share this with everyone.
Awesome. Yeah. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Ian Smith. I run an Amazon marketing agency called Evolve Media, and we help a lot of Amazon sellers with running Facebook ads, with running direct mail campaigns so you can target your past Amazon customers and really have a post-purchase follow-up funnel so that you can get more reviews, better ranking, launch new products, and all that. So if you want to book a free consulting call with me, head over to evolvemedia.agency. All right, so Troy, go ahead and share your screen, and let's go ahead and walk people through how to actually, take advantage of this Manychat flow and insert strategy.
Great, let's do it. So I'm here on the seller.tools site. Where we're going to go is under our blog. Once you click through, you're going to see an article and all of the resources that we've detailed for this strategy. I'm going to scroll down. You're going to find it under Get an Avalanche of Amazon Product Reviews with this free Manychat strategy. So if we scroll down on this page, we of course are going to really break down what this looks like, of where we give and utilize a product insert for every single product that we sell, or we can customize that. That's kind of the beauty of inserts, where you have that control, where a customer can scan a QR code, then be brought into our Manychat flow where we can verify their order. We can then take them through and give them a free gift, and then automatically trigger a request for a review. And you're going to really love how we do this, where we bolted on our review request feature, ToS-Compliant way of sending Amazon reviews, all in a really kind of elegant fashion. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. And this is where you can start seeing some of the resources. Now, before we dive into the Manychat template itself, I want to highlight for you a free template, Canva template, Canva being a design tool where we're able to easily create our product insert. So by clicking on Download Canva Template, you can see what we have prepared for you. It really just gives you another step in that direction of being ready to deploy this strategy. What it allows you to do is then easily import the template that we have created and be able to customize it for your given product, for your given offer. So it's just taking a second there to load up, but it's saying, again, template we've created, sharing with you, and then it alludes to free product name. So again, you want the clarity of the offer. You can include your product image, a tagline that you would like to add, that QR code or any link that you'd like to use is prominent, because again, customers receiving this, seeing it, we want them to act. So that call to action and the ease with which they complete some of the next steps, very simple and straightforward. And then just the other side of this product insert. And we have this built out, Ian, to be a business card size. That way it has really uniform use. You can, again, customize that completely as needed. But the beauty of it is, with 90% of it done, you just put your finishing touches on it, customize it, and then send it off to your printer and start adding it to your products.
Awesome. And quick question for you. So with the QR code, is that like a messenger bot ref URL, like Manychat ref URL that it's linking to? Do they need to change the QR code at all, or is that QR code in the template going to be just good to go?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's very similar. It's a growth tool in the same way that that's your bridge. That's the way in which a customer will scan that code. That code is linked to a specific flow that you've created. Manychat does have some great resources on this, so if you have any questions with that, definitely dive into it. You can use links. I know some sellers that like to use both. It's kind of a catch-all. You can't miss, those that know how to use their phones, easily scan QR codes, and then you have the ref URL, the equivalent, completing the same action. It's just a different way to get a customer there at the end of the day.
So They will definitely need to create their own QR code, bring it into the template. Obviously, your QR code is going to have to match your Messenger ref URL growth tool. And Troy, with your template, the Manychat template that you're giving away, does that include the actual Manychat Messenger ref URL growth tool?
It does, yes. Everything can be set up right in Manychat. So once you have the flow, then with growth tools, that's the way you can. It's the entryway, the gateway into being able to access. So if you're uncertain or maybe unsure, don't hesitate to utilize both. Just make sure they're both communicating, both your QR code that you've created in Manychat, the ref URL, that both of them are directing to the same singular flow that you're aiming to send your customers through.
Okay, awesome. So now do you want to show them the actual flow?
Yep, let's take a look. So now that you have the insert in hand that's showing up to your customers when they purchase and receive your product, we can now dive into the Manychat template. So once we click through, it's going to take us through the Manychat template installation process, which is very seamless. Again, you're going to notice none of these steps are behind a paywall or anything that is going to limit you to get access to this strategy, to this template to be able to utilize. So very excited to be sharing this with you as a really powerful free resource. So again, in this step, it's going to confirm what we are adding in terms of the template installation. So of course, we got the Seller.tools app, the flow that we're importing. Go ahead and click install.
And just real quick, while Troy is going through this process, basically with the Seller.tools app, that's where you're going to put in your Seller.tools API keys. So really important to make sure that you grab those keys from your Seller.tools account, put them into the app, make sure that the app is updated on a regular basis, and then make sure that you have your the right Seller.tools account level for the actual order verification process, because that's really where the Seller.tools app is going to come into most play, because when they verify their order and they give their order ID, it's going to then run that information over to Seller.tools, which is going to go to Seller Central. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sure Troy will explain that. So Troy, go ahead and jump back into it.
No, it's a great point. The API key will just make sure that Seller.tools and Manychat and Amazon Seller Central, all of those platforms can communicate with one another so we can automate everything. That's really where it's sort of the key to which you unlock automation. So we'll make sure too, we kind of cover some of those specifics as we're installing, as we're now in this step, choosing the page that we want to install our template. So I've got my page I want to add it to, which is my test page. You can finalize, make any changes to any bot or user fields, but all that's good to go for my purposes. Next that, and we go ahead and click install now. So it's formally installing this template into my page and account. And there's only a few customizations that we need to make before this flow is truly live ready. Really minor things that we're going to want to add to where it's then ready to go. So what we have here is the review request waiting period. We're going to touch on this in the flow itself, but this is essentially when is the trigger going to be set to where we send the Amazon ToS-Compliant review request, a branded email that a customer receives via our review request feature. So let's go ahead and say for now, for example purposes, I'm going to just say a week. Let's say 7 days, once we trigger it. Again, you're going to see this in the flow itself. So go ahead and click on View Template so we can dive into even more specifics and really walk through the customer journey, where we're going to be taking customers through as they complete this process.
And real quick, while that's loading, the review request is going to be, like after 7 days, right? And then what you're going to need to have set up in your Seller.tools account is the actual, what is the actual integration, like API access that you need to set up, Troy, in your Seller.tools in order to be able to have that Amazon email be sent out?
Yeah, it's really great. It's exciting that the Amazon API has been updated, and it's a one-time sync, very similar to what we used to do for Seller Central, but it's a much quicker sync now, where in about 2 or 3 clicks you can take advantage, and that's what's required. What you're alluding to for review requests in particular. So you'll see that one-time prompt. It'll just make sure with the new API. This new access and endpoint that we have access to, you complete that sync, and features such as review requests and what we'll utilize now is all set and good to go. So let's go ahead and dive into the flow itself. And this is, again, the journey that once the customer scans that QR code, clicks on the link, this is the steps that we will have them complete. And we aim to keep this a very streamlined process to kind of get to the point of exchanging value, requesting just kind of the bare essentials of what we need from the customer, and making sure that we're focusing on really the crucial few steps.
And by the way, in order to get to the app to install your Seller Tools API, you need to go to your Manychat settings area, then click on apps, then click on the Seller Tools app, and then you'll see some fields in there where you can put in your live and your test API keys from Seller Tools.
So the first step is the customer is, we're acknowledging, thank you for your purchase. Hope you're loving your product. Have them click through, let us know that they are ready for the next steps for registering. Then we will verify their order. Now, what's really cool about this is that by verifying their order, we get the customer and order relevant information automatically, just through this single step. So by capturing that information from the customer, we'll look at our blacklist, our Seller Tools blacklist, making sure, okay, is this customer somebody who's not somebody we want to exclude from our offers? Is a valuable customer to us? Is there any data or variables that we see that may flag and determine, hey, they may not be eligible for the next steps, our free gift, free product as an example. So we'll make sure, go through. If so, and everything looks good and they're not on our blacklist, we will confirm order information, order status. Again, it's assumed that it is shipped and good to go, but this is all safeguards. These are ways of making sure that the right customer with the right product, that our right order information is being verified automatically. We let Seller Tools do all the heavy lifting for us. So shipped for the right product ASIN, as you can see there, for that custom field.
Quick question for you, Troy, regarding the ASIN. So one thing that I've ran into with setting these templates up for clients is if they have a parent and child ASIN. So let's say that they have, 5 size options for a pair of pajamas or a t-shirt. Which ASIN are they going to need to put in, like multiple child ASINs in there? Because I believe if they just put in the parent ASIN, then it wouldn't work at this verification step.
It needs to be, make sure that any variations, they're still ASIN specific. So you essentially want to just make sure it's an apples to apples comparison. If you're throwing in an orange, let's say that's your variation, you need to make sure that you're giving the tools the appropriate information to make that sync take place. And what's really interesting about this, since we're assuming post-purchase, we are being selective and really strategic with our use of our product inserts. It really narrows the scope. Where typically, if you're running a rebate campaign, you may be running cold traffic, you may be, having a customer's interested in a wide variety of products. It really gets much narrower here on the post-purchase side of things. But the correct ASIN is really important. The variety of ASINs, any customizations you want to make beyond this.
But going back to having multiple child ASINs, in that condition, can they add in is product ASIN X? Or is product ASIN X, and they can put in an or and have multiple child ASINs at that actual condition right there?
Yeah, you could have some conditional logic to where you really define what's truly eligible for this step. Now, keep in mind though, it's looking at the ASIN for the product that we verified, right? So this is your purchased product. Now, some sellers may want to have flows that are ASIN specific, so they kind of address it that way. If you have a catch-all flow that has any product that's purchased of yours and you sent out product inserts that way, you need to keep that in mind for the insert itself. What image you're displaying, you need to keep that in mind for that conditional logic. And it can get a little bit more complex, but totally possible.
Yeah, no, it's something that I've been facing a lot with multiple child ASINs. So I wanted to address it. So if you guys have, multiple ASINs, whether they're completely different products or they're the same product with just different sizes, then definitely make sure that you put in your multiple ASINs at this step, or people are going to get hung up at this step.
Right. Yep. So this is where, if you did build that out, any other conditions to verify the order that they've already made. Again, this is post-purchase. So this is verifying the order that they've already completed. So then once that's done, verified, we've confirmed their order. We'll request additional information just to register and confirm their purchase. So what's the best email address? We'll capture that. What is your phone number? We'll capture that. Now this is really powerful again as we think about SMS, email. We use the full potential of Manychat if we follow up, build loyalty, or support this customer. But again, by verifying the initial order, we get all of this information as well, where we can pull out customer's name, shipping information, so their address, city, postal code, all that great information. And what's cool in this step, now you see it as custom fields, to the customer, they're just going to see essentially what their name is, where their prior product was sent. And this is just an opportunity for them to confirm, hey, yep, that's right. I am ready to receive now my free product to that same address. Presumably about 95% of the time, no changes there. We do capture that if they do need to make any changes, but it's kind of a slick automation here where we present them with, hey, can we send it to the same place? Great. If so, they click that's right. We'll say, now, awesome, your product is registered.
One really cool thing to know about why that step is really cool is because a lot of people do ship products to Amazon lockers. And if they wanted to get this free, and basically this is pulling information from their past Amazon orders. So if they shipped that past order to an Amazon locker, then the information that's going to be pulled in here is going to be the Amazon locker address, which is obviously going to be incorrect to receive a free item to that locker. So this is a good step to verify the actual address to receive this next product.
Yep. And it's all automatic. This is the beauty of you not having to necessarily dedicate support or have VAs or your support team really monitoring this activity. We're just giving the customer all the relevant information. They're clicking through saying, yes, awesome. We have everything that you need. We'll then, again, add the customer's information, that order ID, to our blacklist. That just makes sure it's, again, not reused. This is really great abuse protection. We'll come in here, increase the order ID generator. This is just to make sure that the order IDs are unique. The MCF, the multi-channel fulfillment order, so how we send that free gift, has a unique ID. Once that's assigned, we fulfill that free product. So this is, again, where multi-channel fulfillment, MCF, we create that order in real time automatically. And great, once we do, we let the customer know the free item is on their way. And then they can click here and check the order status. Very slick, very simple to be able to complete all of those steps. And you can notice how really refined this is in terms of the customer journey. Now,
another cool thing that I'm really digging about this flow is that you don't really have to worry about message tags, because with the smart delay that we're about to talk about, it's not going to be sending a future Messenger Manychat message. So you're not going to have to worry about a post-purchase update or an event update. There's no real message tags that you have to worry about potentially being wrong or any OTNs. It doesn't look to be that way. Is that right, Troy?
No, that's correct. That's correct. This is all really within compliance, tagging steps, nothing that is going to put you, give you the anxiety that may come with kind of reaching beyond the scope of that 24-hour rule or questionable tagging. It's all really optimized for making the most of Manychat.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So once we send that message, customer can check their order status for their product that is now en route. But this is where, again, the ToS-Compliant review request bolted on here is really, it's really awesome, to be honest with you, where we've defined in that first step. You remember when we installed the template, we set our review request waiting period. I decided on 7 days to trigger it. So we'll wait those 7 days, then send that review request. If it is eligible, because we make sure, okay, Amazon, is this customer eligible and ready to receive that review request? So we'll come in here, wait that 7 days that we've determined, check. If so, against this condition, if it's true, we will then send that review request. If it's not true, so it's not Amazon telling us, hey, this customer can't receive it, we'll wait a day and we will feed back this loop. We'll come back in, check again, and then see And essentially, we're just trying to wait. Hey, Amazon, when can we send this review request? We're doing it in a ToS-compliant fashion using the Amazon API, completely white hat. And Ian, if we can display it too on the screen so people can see what this branded Amazon email looks like. It's really great because from a customer's perspective, oh, Amazon's asking me for a review for this product that I've just so happened to have hopefully a great experience. Hopefully you have a superior product. I just had an even better experience, ton of goodwill when you receive a free product. And then you have a well-timed TOS compliant review request.
Yeah.
The strategy, the impact, and the automation, it is really, really powerful.
Yeah, and just one thing to just remember, Troy mentioned it, but this is an email. So basically, Manychat is waiting 7 days and then triggering the email to be sent out. This is an email coming from the Amazon branded email, which we showed you. So no additional messages are needed. Manychat's just acting like a trigger, and it's something that's really cool. I definitely recommend testing around with this funnel. It is going to be a little bit of a process and a time period because you're going to have to get the insert designed, created, printed, put into your products, shipped out on your next inventory shipment into Amazon, but a really cool template to test around with. Troy, thanks so much for taking the time to show people this whole Manychat template and creating it and giving it away for free, and the actual Canva template. You're really helping people on an A to Z level. So thanks for doing this. And any last things that you want to add before we wrap up?
Ian, I'm just really excited to hand this off to people. Like you mentioned, it's free, but the value cannot be understated to be able to kind of really set you off. And this is one of those things where you wonder, hey, how did that competitor get hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of reviews? These are the types of strategies that are taking things to that next level. And we wanted to sort of give it away for free, but we don't want that value to be lost in this. So we're excited to see people utilize this to its fullest.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys for watching. Hopefully you got value from this. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.